Now, the outward look and style of this jacket, it is a traditional moto style jacket, and it does function as so. Iron and Resin has been born and bred in the dirt and on the dunes, so everything they make does have a moto oriented focus to it, both aesthetic and functionality. And one of those functionalities are these gusseted sleeves here on the back. So this will give you a good stretch so you're not restricted, which comes out great if you're someone like me that is big in the chest and wide across the back for their size. Sometimes, especially for me with selvage denim, I kind of get sandwiched in there. So I often have to jump up a size, and then it looks a little sloppy on the body because it's too tight across the chest and too tight across the back. But gusseted sleeves are the answer to this because it gives you that full range of motion without making your jacket so big and bulky that it just looks sloppy on you. Now let's talk about the fit, feel, and finish. And for point of reference, I am 5'9", roughly 175 to 180 pounds. I am a 42.5-inch chest over a t-shirt, and I am wearing this jacket in a size extra large. And I will say, I am glad that I&R sent me an XL in this. When I was a much skinnier man, I got my first Scout in a size medium, and while it did fit, I was a little bit snug inside that jacket. I now have that Scout in a size large, and while I do think it does fit me pretty well, much better than the medium did, I kind of wish I went with an XL in the Scout as well. So once I got the XL in the Cruiser, I finally found my fit. So I would generally say if you're looking at Iron and Resin products, you should size up one size because they do use quality beefy wax canvas, so it is quite stiff and it will take some time to break in and loosen up. And even once it does, again, it is a heavier beefy wax canvas, so you're always going to have that little bit heavier, a little bit more restricted movement. So sizing up one size is just a good measure of practice with I&R because I'm finding that this extra large fits me really well. It allows me to wear a flannel underneath it and look good, and it also gives me a little bit extra space to wear something a little bit heavier like a sweatshirt or a sweater and still fit me fine. And I'm really digging this aesthetic. Again, I've actually been trying to get my paws on one of these for a very long time, but they are always sold out in my size because it's just such a great jacket. Everyone just seems to snag them up when they're in stock. So a word of advice for me is if you see them in stock in your size, don't hesitate, just buy it because it's great, you will love it, and most likely if you come back later that day, it's gonna be gone. Now lastly in this section, let's talk about this Raymond wax canvas. This is the first time I've had this particular canvas, and I'll say I really like it. It is performing as it should. Now it is that time of the year where we do get a lot of mixed weather, rain and snow, and I have been out in the rain a couple of times in this jacket. At least one of those times I was out walking the dog. Now it might not have been a torrential downpour, but it was prolonged rain, and the jacket did not wet out. I was still completely dry underneath once I got home. So the canvas is doing its job, allowing me to freely move, and it still looks good even after it got wet and dried back out.